All right. So, hello. Welcome to the third episode of Mira's Miracle MIRAdio. I'm your host, Mira. So, yeah, how is everyone? In Japan, where I live, I think up until like last week, it was very cold. And then suddenly it's starting to feel like the start of summer almost. So yeah, there's lots of ups and downs in terms of the temperature, which is confusing for us and hard to adjust, but we'll get through it. It's fine. It's okay. But yeah, I'm excited because the cherry blossoms are starting to bloom, a bunch of other flowers are starting to bloom, and yeah, I went to go for a run the other day, and yeah, I just ran upon I came across some beautiful cherry blossoms, and yeah, I had to stop and just take in the moment and take some pictures, and yeah, I should focus on running, but I just couldn't help myself. It's the Midwest, cold last week, warmer-ish now. Okay, that's good. Yes. So yeah, today I think after the stream I'm gonna do a little bit of spring cleaning. Much needed, honestly. I've just been so busy these days that I haven't really had time to clean much, and it's kind of bothering me, so I'm gonna hopefully get my hands on that today after the stream. Since the weather's nice, I did the laundry, so let's keep the ball rolling. So yeah, let's jump into our topic for today. So the topic for today is English. The topic for today is Japanglish that is shortened and incomprehensible for English speakers. So yeah, in the previous stream I talked about acronyms that we use in English that Japanese people don't use. So it's kind of the inverse of that, and I'll be sharing some acronyms, not as many, just because we don't use acronyms much in Japanese. It's more just shortened words. So we'll take like one part of this word, one part of this word, combine them, and just use that shortened form. So yeah, we'll start off easy. It'll kind of be like a quiz form almost. So if you know the answer, feel free to write in the comments what you think the answer is. So yeah, we'll start off very, very easy. Oh, I should get my text box out here. Yay! And then me. Okay. So we'll start off super easy. Level 1. Alright. And don't worry, I will write the English version in case you do not read Japanese. So this word, konbini. So this is a shortened form of something. And you might be thinking, come on, this is way too easy. Don't worry, it will get harder. So yeah, does anyone know, what does kombini stand for? Or what is kombini short for? So, yeah, there might be a little bit of lag in the comment, but I'll try to wait a few seconds and then... Oh, there we go. All right. Good. Excellent. That is right. Convenience store. So this one's, relatively known, I would say, thanks to anime and, people traveling to Japan. People know what the konbini is. So, there's definitely lots of different kinds of konbini, so it might be interesting to kind of explore the different types. There's like they say 7-Eleven is best for like food, like rice. It has the best rice, and then they say mini stop is best for like desserts. So each konbini kind of has its own like what they're known for. So yeah, great. So konbini, excellent. So well, let me just keep track of which ones I've done. Ooh. Okay. So then, all right. Oops. This one. Sando. What's your bias konbini? Ooh. Good question. Lately I would say 7-Eleven actually. My go-to is maybe 7-Eleven. But yeah, the next word, sando. Very good. Sando, sandwich. Very good. So, yeah, sando. People say like, oh, egg sando, tamago sando. And yeah, unfortunately we don't say sand for sandwich because sand is sand. We cannot eat sand in the US. So yeah, sando. All right, another food item. Potechi. So yeah, the hint is that this is another food item, potechi. Many people say this to me, and I'm like, that people won't understand you, I'm sorry. Yes, potato chip, nice. I think this one's also relatively well known due to anime. And I'm just now thinking about I wonder if anyone has watched Death Note. There's the famous potato chip scene. I'm trying to remember if he said potechi or potato chips. I can't remember. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I freaking love that scene. I take a potato chip and eat it! If you don't know what I'm talking about, please watch Death Note potato chip scene. It's the best thing out there. Alright. So, potato chip is done. Alright. The dub is so dramatic. Honestly, the Japanese is also dramatic too, but it's amazing. I love every second of it. Alright. Let's go on to the next one, kind of related to food. スタバ This one's kind of related to food. It's more drinks than food, but I wonder if people... I think this one's not too difficult. スタバ Apparently, I've also heard some people call this play バックス but I'm not sure. Where I live, I've only heard it being said as スタバ Maybe there's a regional difference, I'm not sure. But スタバ is very popular among the high school students. There are many of them in スタバ getting their drinks and studying. Any guesses as to what スタバ is? Starbucks, yes! Yeah, so in anime, they do kind of use something similar, but not, not Starbucks because copyright. So yeah, I don't think I've ever heard a Japanese person actually say Starbucks. It's like way too long. Yeah, in the 8+ years that I've lived here, I've only heard スタバ. So yeah, kind of related to that, マクド or マック マクド マック So this is another food place. And so apparently in the West, they say マクド and in the East, they say マック But I always say マクド because マック for me is like Apple, Mac. So it feels weird to say like, oh, let's go to Mac. It's like, are you gonna get an iPhone? Like what? So I always say マクド because of that. And people are like, what? Are you from the Kansai area? And I'm like, no, actually, I'm from America. More west than you think. McDonald's, yes, very nice. So yeah, if you ever come here, just Mac, like Apple, kind of Mac pronunciation, will get you further than McDonald's because people don't understand our pronunciation of McDonald's. They're like, what? What is that? Or Makudo. I would say maybe it might be easier to pronounce Mac in English. I don't know. Personally, I think it's easier to say Mac, but to each their own. All right. The next one is not food related, and it's an acronym. Well, not really acronym. It's just W. I guess it is an acronym. And you probably will see this being used in a row, like www. So if anyone is familiar with like Nico Nico Video or if anyone does like Japanese Twitter, you might see this a lot. So in America, or I think in any English-speaking country, this would definitely not translate well. So if someone says something funny, then you would write www. So this one, I think, might be a little bit harder than what we've done so far, but this is the same. Throwing it out there, but isn't it just like haha or lulz? Yes! Oops, not plus. Basically, www is lol, yes. So I believe it's short for, well, people say, like when they read it out loud, they will say like wada wada wada. Wada, which is short for warau. And no, it's not war. Warau, which means to laugh. So yeah, warau became wada, became W. I think that is the start of it. And then some people saw the www and thought that it looks like grass. Just like the emoji, not emoji, just the letter W looks like grass. So some people also say kusa. Kusa, which means grass. So if you see W or kusa at the end of the sentence, or just like randomly, you're like, why are they talking about grass? They're not. They're not talking about grass, they're just laughing. So yeah, I see this one a lot also. Alright. So then, yeah, let's move on. What should I... They're laughing at you, not with you. Hopefully with you. But yeah, maybe sometimes at you. Alright. So the next one. I hear people say this a lot. And I don't think I've ever heard anyone in Japan use the non-shortened version of this. Amefuto. Amefuto. So, if anyone needs a hint, this is a sport. So yeah. It's not very popular in Japan, I would say, but it's super popular in America. Amefuto. It's definitely gaining popularity, but definitely I would say maybe rugby might be more popular in Japan. American football, yes. Do they say amefuto in... Oh, well, they do say fútbol americano in Spanish. Yes. So American football. So yeah, what I, as an American, would simply just say football. Football! So yeah, we say amefuto in Japan. Alright. So then, the next one. I prepared this huge list. I don't know if we'll get through all of it, but yes, let's do a little bit like internet kind of stuff next. Insta. This one should be kind of easy. Insta. Crank it up, Mira sensei. Insta. Instagram, yes, very good. So yeah, I would say that like we do use it in English also, but like we would say like I do it for the Insta. But in Japan, we would simply say like, oh, do you have Insta? And I feel like in America, I would just say like, do you have Instagram? Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't been in America and talking about Instagram with people for like 8 years. What's your Insta? I guess you could say it, but it's not. I feel like in America we do say Instagram. But in Japan, I don't think, I've ever heard it being used in the full. Instagram. Interchangeable. At the conventions I go to, I hear both commonly. Okay, interesting. So, yeah, you can use this one in English. Yay! And let's go to then. 𝖼. 𝖼. So kind of technology related. メアド. So this one also I would say like, oh, what's your メアド? Or like, can you tell me your メアド? Email, yes, very good. So mail address, メールアドレス, メアド. So yeah, very interesting. Email. Yeah, strangely, we don't say email much in Japan, or ever maybe. We only say mail address. For us, we would think like mail address is like your mailing address, which is like, you know, your street address. But yeah, like street address in Japanese would be 住所, which is very different than メアド. So yeah, don't get that confused. If someone asks you for your メアド, they're not asking for your street address. They just want to know your email. Alright. So, another one related to technology. スマホ. スマホ. This is like a daily necessity nowadays. We use it every day, I think. And most everyone has it. 1. スマホ. Smartphone, yes, very good. So, yeah, in Japanese, we don't really use the fo sound. Instead, we use like ho instead. So yeah, スマートフォン. スマホ. So, yeah, that's how that one rolled. Another one. サブスク. Sabusk. So this one could be digital, and I guess it could also be analog also. So I think maybe most people listening are my sabusk. or have a sabusku. It's kind of difficult to use this word only in Japanese. It gets kind of confusing grammatically. Sabusku. Any guesses out there? You're very, very close. Subscribers is very, very close. But yeah, I'll count it. Subscription. Yes. So, yeah, subscription. You have a subscription to my channel. Is that how we English? Or yeah, I have a subscription for this magazine, etc. Sabusku. Alright. And then, this one also. Soft. Also technology related. So, trying to think of an example sentence. This one would basically give it away. But yeah, like I develop. Yes, very good. Not soft drink, but software. Very good. Yes, I develop game soft. Game software. Yeah. Yeah, in English, soft is just soft, like the texture is soft. So people would be very confused if you say you develop soft. And you're like, what? You develop softness? What? So, yes. All right. And, This is kind of technology related, maybe. CM. Yeah, this also I've never heard it being used, the elongated version. So I would say, for example, like, oh, I did a narration for a CM. This is one acronym that I wish we used in English too, because yes, commercial is kind of a long word. So I just want to say, yeah, did you watch that CM of I don't know. So yeah, I wish we used this one in English too, but unfortunately, yeah, we don't. We should, honestly. It's so much more convenient. And yeah, I guess we do say ad instead of commercial. That's true, yeah. I didn't really think about that. Alright, and then let's move away from technology related words. And yeah, the next ones, there's really no topic. But you remember amefuto? So kind of related to that. Amekaji. Amekaji. So yeah, think back to amefuto. Amekaji. So I think you can guess what the ame is. Kaji might be a little bit tough. So this is like, not quite. American is correct. American something. So if I were to pronounce this in the American way, it would be Amekaj. That's so weird for me to say with an English American accent. Amekaj. So this is kind of like a type of fashion, I would say. And it actually, the K is kind of misleading. It's actually starting with a CA, not a K. Got you there, didn't I? So, the answer is casual, yes. American casual. Is there a standard for American casual wear? Kind of. Like, I'm also not entirely sure, like, what does that mean? 'Cause for me, that's just casual, and it's, yeah. But basically, like, jeans, t-shirt, and I don't know what else, like Converse. Just slap some English words on a shirt. Yeah, mistakes. But yeah, so I would say like t-shirts, like American brands, I would say. So yeah, I can only think of like sporting wear for now. I don't know why. Like Levi's, etc. would be like American casual. Amekaji. Yes. So awesome. All right. And this one is also very used. Super. And yes, literally super, but it's short for something. It's not the adjective that we think it is. It's actually a noun. Supermarket, yes! Or just a one-piece catchphrase. Supermarket. So yes, no one says supermarket here. It's too long. People just say supa instead. Yeah, It's just what it is. And yeah, let's do a few more easy ones and then we'll go a little bit harder. Alright. Ah, I forgot about this one. This one's also a sport. プロレス I think this one, the sound is basically the same, so it's easier to understand. プロレス It's a sport. I would say it's popular, kind of popular in America. Some matches gain lots of attention in America and others don't. But yes, プロレス. What is that short for in Japanese? プロ. I think the puro should be easy. Just simply pro. And then レス. プロレス. レス. What sport? This also, I guess... Yes, pro wrestling. Yeah, so it starts with an R in Japanese, but yes, wrestling. Pro wrestling. So, yeah, I guess in American English, we just say wrestling. We don't really say pro. Because we would kind of just assume that it's pro, or we don't really care if it's pro or not. People just say like, oh yeah, I do wrestling. Or yeah, there's a famous wrestling match going on or something. Alright. So then let's go to sign. 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 But it's not the sign that we know. Not the sign like the billboard signs. It's short for something. We use it, not sign language. We do use it as the verb. And I think that got carried over to Japan as the verb and noun. So this one is signature or autograph. So yeah, if you meet a famous person in Japan, like if you really like some actor or idol or voice actor in Japan and you meet them in Japan, don't say autograph because they might not understand you. Just say sign. Sign kudasai. Sign, autograph. It's also used for like just could you sign the receipt kind of thing, like sign. But yeah, it's both used as a noun and a verb. I would say, yeah. I don't think I've really signed any receipts in Japan though. For some reason. So yeah, ask for people's signs. Let's do one more. ノンアルノンアルノンアル This is a type of drink. I often get ノンアルSo after this one, we'll move on to a little bit harder ones. So non. So the non is what it seems, non. Aru. Drinks. Think drinks. Non-aru. Non-alcoholic, yes, very good. Non-alcoholic. So I guess in English we would just say like mocktail or non-alcoholic. Do we even have non-alcoholic drinks in Japan or in America? While I was living there, I don't really have any recollection of there being many non-alcoholic beers or drinks. But I don't know, maybe things have changed. Alright, so we'll move on to a little bit more difficult ones. So let's start with the one that was on the thumbnail. JK. So JK is not just kidding in Japanese. It has a completely different meaning. And when it first got popular, I was so against it. Yes, and not just any high schooler, but it's a high school girl. So JK means high school girl specifically, and it comes from joshi koukose. Joshi koukose. Koukose is high schooler, and joshi is female. So yeah, they took the J and the K, and yeah, I don't know why. JK. Yes. So unfortunately, if you're commenting on like Japanese people's, I don't know, Twitter or Instagram or YouTube, if you put JK, they might be like, why is he or she talking about high school girls all of a sudden? Although I think JK in English is maybe spreading a little bit. So yes. So we have JK for high school girl. So then JC. We also have JC and JD. So JC, I'll put it on separate lines. JC is not high school, but middle school. And JD is college girl. So C, 中学生, and then D, 大学生. So yeah, we have JK, JC, and JD, all referring to girls that are in school, which sounds very interesting. Yeah, I don't know why, but in Japanese there's not the contrary, so we don't really say like DK for 男子高校生. I don't think we say that for like high school boys. We don't like theoretically, if we do the same like shortened version, it should be DC DK DD, but I don't think people say that here. It's only for girls, which is, I find a little unsettling. I don't know. Yeah, very interesting. So yeah, JK is not just kidding in Japan, so just be careful. All right. And I also had this in the thumbnail. Riske. So I think this one isn't too difficult. Riske. So if something came up and you have to riske, like, oh, I had a meeting, but I got a fever, so I had to riske. Reschedule, yes, very good. So yeah, in the business world, people do say riske all the time. They never say reschedule. It's too long. All right. And then the other one that was in the thumbnail, kospa. We would say like, oh, the kospa is very good, so I'm gonna buy it. Like personally, the 100 yen shop in Japan here is like super kospa is good. Super good kospa. Not discount. So if I were to say this with an American accent, cost per. The 100 yen shop has a very good cost per. So this one, like I said, it's gonna get harder. Cost performance. Oops. Yes, thank you. Autocorrect. Cost performance. So, yeah, it just means like good value. Sometimes I get confused, like, do we even say cost performance in English? I don't even know anymore. Has good cost performance. Has good value. You get your buck's worth. So yeah, kospa, cost performance. We would say like kospa ga ii, good cost performance. So yes, that covers everything that was on the thumbnail, so which means that I can do whatever I want from here on. Value or utility, but usually just deal or discount. It's not discounted though. That's like the original. So like the 100 yen store, everything is 100 yen, but that is the base rate. It's not like it's discounted, or it's not like there's any deals going on. It's just what it is. So I guess maybe value is best. So Yeah, I mentioned this one in my previous stream. Aircon. So this is something you use when your room is hot. Yes, air conditioner. Aircon. Yeah. Aircon. So many people here say like, oh, aircon. And I'm like, no honey. It's just AC. Yeah, in English we shorten it even more, we say AC. So yeah, one thing that does not translate well. Alright. And then this is another very common one that I hear often. Infuru. It's like, oh, where's Tom today? Oh, he's out. He has the infuru. So in English, we do also shorten this one, but we shorten it differently. And when I tell people that here, people are astonished. So if I were to say this with an American accent, it would be influ. Where's Tom today? Oh, he's out. He has the influ. So I think that should probably give it away. Yes, influenza. Alright. So yeah, for Japanese speakers, they shorten it to influ. But yeah, in English, we would just say flu. So we would shorten it even more. So yeah, very interesting that they chose to do that. Furu. Alright. So then let's maybe do one more medium level one. Another very used one. Pasokon. Pasokon. This one we also shorten in English, but differently. Just even shorter than the Japanese version. So I am using my pasokon right now to stream. Any guesses? If I were to say this with an American accent, persicon. No, it's so difficult. Yes, personal computer. Personal computer. Pasokon. Personal computer, PC. Yeah, so a lot of these, well, not a lot. Some of the words that are shortened in Japanese, we also shorten in English, just in different ways, which I find interesting. People do also use PC in Japanese also, but many people also continue to say pasokon. either both are used here. So yeah, let's then do a few hard ones. All right. So I hear this one a lot. リモコン。リモコン。So this is a piece of technology, I guess. It's a device to turn something on or off. Like, oh, I want to change the channel. Could you pass me the remote? Yes, remote control. Yes. So yeah, you can kind of see how that one happened. Yeah, in English we would just say like remote. Could you pass me the remote? But yeah, remote. Many people say remote. And I'm like, oh dear, people won't understand you in America. All right. So the next hard one. Akogi. This one people say all the time. But it's an instrument. It's an instrument. Very popular in Japan and also America. Akogi. If I were to pronounce this, oops, I should probably, oops, akogi. If I were to really make it more American, it should be this. I think if I wrote it like that, maybe you would understand. Akuge would be the American pronunciation. Akuge. Akuge. I play the akuge. That sounds so weird. Yes. You probably know by now. Acoustic guitar. Yes. Yeah. I feel like we just say guitar. I play guitar. Or do you say acoustic ever? I play the acoustic. Or just guitar. I don't even know anymore. English is hard too. So yeah, let's do one more final one. Arasa. Arasa. So if I were to write this the American way, Arather. Arouther. So this refers to a type of person, I guess. This refers to someone's This refers to someone's age. So this one, around 30. Yes. Around 30. So yeah, people would say like, oh, I am arasa. I am around 30. Or he is arasa. He is around 30. And yeah, we use this for like any age range above 30. Arafo for around 40. Arafifu? Arafifu? Do we say that? I do hear arasa and arafo very often. I'm not sure about the other ones, let's face it. But yeah, so I hope you learned a lot from this stream and how Japanese people love shortening things. And it's very interesting. But yeah, so thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a nice rest of your weekend. And yeah, enjoy the weather if it's good. I'm enjoying the weather. But yeah, so next month stream schedule, I'll put it up whenever I decide my schedule and topic. But yeah, I hope you had fun and learned. I know I did. I had fun, and yeah, researching this was kind of fun too, and eye-opening. I was like, oh yeah, that's also shortened and not used in English. So yeah, thank you very much for coming, and yeah, I will see you next stream. So have a good one, and see you next time.